welcome back to another video. This really popped when I saw it. That to me is a monster increase. Again, this book got hot. This book is ready to go higher.
So let's jump right into it.
We are back today with another statue review from Diamond Select Toys. Without further ado, let's get into the review. We are Venom. What is going on, YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about Venom, and I'm going to give you guys my top 5 Venom comics that I want in my collection. Now, before we get started, I want to remind you guys, I had a bunch of people out there ask me, why do I only do 5 or 10 comics? It is because, I gotta be honest, for certain characters, I only want to own these 5 or 10 books, so keep that in mind. I could probably give you a 20 or even a 50 list, but again, I don't want to own all those comics. I want to own the top books relating to these characters. With that said, guys, if you're not a current subscriber of the channel, I want you to do me a favor. Go ahead and click the subscribe button for me. I want you to smash that like button and turn on the notification bell, because it lets you guys know when I post new videos. One other announcement, you guys know, I said it last video, I am going to start giving stuff away once we start reaching 4,000 subscribers, and again 5,000 subscribers and every 1,000 thereafter. So make sure you're watching these videos and staying tuned, because I have a ton of stuff to give away to you guys. With that said, we're talking about Venom, and like I said, one of the most popular villains of all time. We're going to start at the top spot like we always do. It is a copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 300 and the first full appearance of Venom. And right now, CGC 9.4 just sold this month for only $900. Now, I know I've talked about this book in the past, how the higher the grade, the better, and that still stands still today. There are a lot of comics that were printed in this era, so you're going to see a lot of copies out there for sale. To me, I think the higher the grade, like I said, the better off you are for investment purposes. Now, again, I said Venom is a huge character, very, very popular, but I was surprised to see how few books I really want to own in my collection. But this is number 1, I think, everybody's list, the first full appearance. At the 2 spot is a copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 316 and the first cover appearance of Venom. Again, one of the most classic covers by Todd McFarlane of all time. And a CGC 9.8 just sold this month for only $810, which to me I actually think is a pretty good deal. Again, a book I always want to own, a classic cover. You guys know I prioritize classic covers over second appearances, and again, to get a 9.8 near perfect copy of this book for only $800 with how popular Venom is and how popular this cover is, I think that's a pretty good deal in my opinion. Long term, who knows? Like I said, in this era of comics, there are a lot of these copies printed, but either way, definitely a book I want to own, especially at high grade. At the 3 spot is a copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 299 and the second cameo appearance of Venom. Does that sound right? Yeah, it is. I know it gets a little bit confusing sometimes. We're talking about first appearances, cameo appearances, first full appearances, but let the money do the talking, right? We know Amazing Spider-Man 300 is the money book. That's what I call the most important book value-wise relating to a character, so that's the number 1 book we want to own. But this is the second cameo appearance, meaning this is the second time we see a part of Venom. In this case, it's actually the first full Venom, right? He's on that last page by himself there, ready for everybody out there to see. Even Todd McFarlane says he considers $299 to be Venom's true first appearance. Regardless, guys, CGC 9.8 just sold this month for only $510, which to me is actually not a bad deal considering this is his second cameo appearance. In Todd's eyes, the first full appearance. But regardless how it goes, here on the channel, we go by dollar amount value. 300 is the most important book. I think 299 relating to appearances is the second book. And our next one on the list is the third book. At number 4 on this list is a copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 298 and the first cameo appearance of Venom. And a CGC 9.8 just sold this month for a whopping $650, and I'm a little surprised it's a little bit more than the $299 at that grade. Again, I can only imagine it's because it's the first cameo appearance of Venom, but at the end of this book, all you really see is a silhouette of a figure and his hand where the web shooters are. The $299, you really see the full frontal picture of Venom for the first time, but I do have a really great story about this $298 book. when I first got back into collecting, I actually was searching for this book on eBay. I settled on one book. It came in the mail, and to my surprise, when I opened this bad boy up, at the bottom of the first page, it is signed by the great Todd McFarlane. Now, the seller said nothing to me about this book being signed. I have no idea or not if they actually knew, if they ever looked in the book, but regardless, it was such a magical surprise because it's the first time I had ever gotten a Todd signature. And I have the book actually right here next to me. You can see $2.98 in the raw form, and I'm going to open this thing up for you guys so you can see it. But I was totally surprised when I saw this because I was just shocked. Todd McFarlane is probably my third favorite artist of all time after John Romita and the great Jack Kirby. Someone I grew up idolizing, the way he drew, how detailed his drawings were, and to me, I still love a lot of his artwork. So if you ever have a chance to go ahead on Facebook and watch him, he does a lot of live drawings, and it's just really magical to watch him do his thing while he's going at it, and he just does things straight from his memory, straight from what he wants to add. It's almost like a modern day Bob Ross for that matter. Regardless, back to the list. At the last spot, guys, coming in at number 5 is a copy of Venom number 3 and the first full appearance of Null, and a CGC 9.8. Just sold this month for $230, which is actually not a bad price considering where this book was maybe about a year and a half ago. You guys know I don't collect a lot of modern books, and it really pains me to kind of put a modern book on this list. But as I'm going through all the Venom keys, going through all the storylines, I can't really find a better book to go with at the 5 spot right now, because who knows, eventually down the line in the MCU or somewhere along the lines, maybe they use this character going forward, and we kind of get an inkling of, where Venom will be going forward, later on in Marvel films and shows, TV series. I know Sony owns the character right now, but regardless, who knows where this character is going to go. I had to put it at the 5 spot. I do think there is some spec value here to add it on this list, and just because there really aren't a lot of Venom books that I want to own right now. There are a few smaller keys out there, but again, I think this one probably has the biggest chance to do something big down the line. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love this series, talking about individual characters and giving you 5 to 10 books that I think are worth buying relating to their character. And remember what I said, a lot of giveaways are coming. A lot of great stuff is coming from this channel. This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles saying thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.